I thought, we've been preaching consistency and finishing, and I thought tonight we hung tight. They had a couple of runs and tried to spurt away from us, but we were able to battle. We had good play from a lot of people tonight. I thought our bench was superb. Shane and Thomas Robinson, Andrea and Bogey all played well, but Joe was super. And we wound up putting Joe on Harden, and as I said before the game, nobody's going to stop Harden. But he did go 8 for 22 and 3 for 10 from threes, which was huge for us. And he got 5 free throws. I mean, if you can get him lower than 10, you got a chance, to play against the guy. But I thought Brooks' play, he didn't shoot the ball well, but he had 12 rebounds and he had 5 block shots, and they were all huge. And he made some big plays. And I think, as we go forward, we just want to keep growing and keep building and keep learning as a group, and the intensity that we had and the execution that we had at different times was outstanding.
You mentioned the execution. Anything different you saw down the stretch in that fourth quarter that got you guys the win?
We didn't turn the ball over, and we got shots, and then we made our share of them. I mean, we were 8 for 17 from the three-point line, which was also huge. I said, at halftime, I said, shoot, if we go 8 for 22, I'll be happy with 8 for 22. This is what I said before the game, looking at prior stats of other teams. I said, shoot, if we can do that, we'll get 8 threes, I'll be happy.
You started obviously Bojan second half for Ronde. Just what was the thinking there? How big was Bojan for you in the second half?
Well, Bojan was big throughout the game, and once I put Joe on Harden, I didn't feel the need to leave Ronde out there to guard Harden, and I thought his inexperience, Harden was taking advantage of. And so we were able to put another shooter. We played Wayne and Joe and Bogey, with Joe being the 4 at times. We had just balancing out so that we didn't have huge droughts of not having enough offensive players on the court. And sometimes it happens, but for the most part tonight we stayed away from it.
I know you've been preaching every day that you've been seeing things you like from the guys, but it's got to be good to finally get a result that you can kind of say is validation for what you guys are doing.
No question. When you get a win, it validates all the preaching and all the working that you're doing and the way we work toward whatever we're trying to accomplish. And so when you do get a victory, you can say, hey, see, this is what we're talking about, because in that victory there are a lot of things that I've been preaching and other coaches have been preaching that they've been hearing, that now when we watch film they'll see, okay, I see where we didn't do this and we didn't do that, and that's what helped us get this win. And on the other side is offensively what we did do. I thought the turnovers, we had 11 turnovers for the game, was huge, because in the first half they were running out on every turnout and just scoring. So once we got it to a half-court game, it was not easier, but we have a better chance of guarding if we're in the half-court without turnovers.
What specifically did you like from that bench group in the fourth quarter?
They just played well. Nothing, I don't get into specifics. I just thought they executed. They played good defense. We had different matchups, and they just played well.
When they play that well, though, how does it make your job easier as a coach to be able to not ride your starters, I guess, as much out there in the floor?
Well, if you look at the stats, Joe played 38 minutes, Brooke played 35 minutes. I mean, we're still going to play the starters, but we need those guys, whatever minutes they get, to go into the game and play well.
The rebounding was outstanding all night long. The rebounding, can you talk about how critical it was? The offensive
we talked about that. That was one of the things. It was not turn the ball over, not give them transition threes, keep them out of the paint, off the free throw line, and then the other thing was rebounding, because when you're worrying about all those perimeter guys, there's Dwight Howard around the basket either getting alley-oops or getting rebounds, and he still had 17 rebounds, but he didn't do as much damage as he could have if we had breakdowns in other areas, which would have given him more opportunities.
I think you guys are Joe did a good job on James Harden. What did he do?
I didn't say Joe did a good job on saying. I said we were able to contain him because of Joe's experience. That's all.
Well, you mentioned that we're hoping to go 8 for 22 from 3 for the game. I think you guys were 6 for 11 in the second half after several games of not seeing any go down. It must have been nice to see it fall.
I hope that's not the equation to us winning, making threes, but it's always nice to make a certain amount of threes. I mean, we hadn't even been getting threes before. I mean, we get 9 threes, 11 threes. Tonight we got 17 of them up. So to get them and make them is huge.